Hello, 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 hello. Good morning and welcome to Beavis Crafty Corner. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Um, I'm going to be here periodically throughout the day, probably for like an hour at a time, and we're going to be doing some crafting, some like holiday stuff. So today we're going to be doing some snowmen. And here's the thing: you could do like I didn't think about it at the time, but you could get some brown yarn and do reindeers, but I only got stuff to make snowmen. Probably because they only had white chenille at the Dollar Tree. Okay, so welcome to Bma's Crafty Corner. I am Bma, better known as Els, and today we're doing some holiday stuff. And what I have here are two pieces of cardboard, just cardboard. Wowzer. Boy, I don't have a lot of glue in my thingy. But we're going to glue 2 sheets of cardboard together for today's project because I'm going to show you how to do the looms for these as well as, actually how to do it. So now, if you don't have cardboard, you can, of course, use chipboard if you have some, weird sizes of chipboard laying around. Because we all have it, like those weird offcut pieces from when we make a book or cover or something. But we want to make sure that we glue this nicely on the edges, and everywhere else. Okay, we have to fill this up because it's almost empty. Can't have that. All right, glue them together. And let them dry. Happy Thanksgiving, Jennifer. All right, so while I'm letting this dry, and I need to put some weight on it. What do I have that has some weight? Well, I have washi tape. All right, let's see. Where is my glue? He's outside. Why is he messaging me? Some kind of Facebook reel. Okay, where's my glue? There it is. That's where we're at. We were at glue. Because I was going to fill this thing up. Because it's empty. And empty glue it's horrible when you go to reach for it to do a project. Your glue is empty. You're like, why? Okay, let me shake this up. Shake up your glue, people. And then I'm going to take the lid off, which requires pliers, to be honest. Okay. Now I'm going to try and get the glue in the jar without getting it everywhere. This is a trick. And done. That is a kid's glue. I got it at the dollar store a long time ago. And I took the kids' glue out of it like immediately because I wanted this applicator because it helps you, put glue on and smooch all at the same time. You can put on your glue and smoosh it around. Okay, putting away pliers. All right. So now we have, sorry about the arm, now we have our double thickness of cardboard. Now, here's the thing. However wide you make this is how big your pom-pom is going to be. Yeah, my grandmother taught me this years ago. So let's get our little rubber back ruler. Rubber backed ruler, metal. Okay. And I'm going to turn this around and measure from this side because it doesn't quite hit the line and I need it, I need it to be on the line. Oh, good lordy. Okay, so let's do the first one at 2 inches. Oh, sharp. Brand new one. Bigger blade. Here we go. See, that's big blade. All right, 2 inches. I know I say this a lot, but a couple of light passes is always better than one big jamming pass. All right, 2 inches. And then we'll do the next one at 2.5. And then we'll do one at 3. Score. Cut. Cut. And then one at 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. Because we want our pom-poms to be different sizes. Okay. So now we have 3 pom-pom cutters. Yeah. Like I have those round ones, the loom things, but I never figured those out. I've been doing these since I was like 6. My grandmother used to sit me down with the yarn and go, make me pom-poms. Because my grandmother used to make these little dogs on hangers that were made out of pom-poms. So I could sit there all day and make pom-poms. So this is $1.25 from the Dollar Tree. This is the chenille. And I'm going to put that in the basket. So first things first, I'm going to cut a piece. Let me get some small scissors. Here we go. I'm going to cut a piece that's going to eventually be my tie. I don't use this end of it very often. I've used it a couple of times, this little screw end. But the tail end with the rubber bit on it, this piece down here, if you wipe this off when you're done using it, which I didn't do, but if you wipe it off, it won't stick and it works pretty good. But if it does stick, it'll just come off in the top here. Clean it off, put it back on there, screw it back down. It automatically reseats itself. So I just kind of clean it off before I put it away. And then it works really good. And I got that at the little store down the street from me. Okay, So then we got that on there, and it's kind of a balancing act when you get started here because you need it to stay up there. And then what I do is I just kind of quickly wrap around all the way down it to try and keep that as close to the top as possible. And then it's kind of set there. And then just wrap the crap out of this thing. Just wrap the crap out of it. Probably should have gotten my yarn basket, but I didn't. Shoot me. And I don't know, go down it like 3-4 times, you know? Caught you. But I have 2 things of yarn, so these aren't like full skeins. They're like part skeins, you know, from the Dollar Tree. All right, so how many times you go around is how many times you want this to be dense. You know how dense you want it to be. Don't pull it really tight either. Just kind of let it go. Okay. I think that might be good. So cut that out of the way. Now here's the tricky part. You have to hold on to these 2 and slide this off of here. It's not that easy. It's not that hard. Just slide it down to the end and pull this tighter. Down to the end. Pull that tighter. This piece is going to not fit in here at all. Let me take it off. This is going to be our outside. Okay? Now we'll pull the whole thing off. Kind of a pain in the butt. Yes, the noises are important. Okay. Holding it. Tie tightly. Nice square knot. Right over left, left over right. As tight as you can. Okay. And then you're just going to cut all these loops. Make sure you don't cut these. And then, once you got your loops cut, you're sure you got them all cut, we are going to beat the crap out of this thing and make a mess. Missed a loop. Okay, missed another loop. This is where you find out if you missed them. I'm covered in this stuff. It's snowing. It's snowing. And then, oh, help us all. We're going to make a big mess here, guys. Because we're going to make this thing, you know, round-ish. Round-ish. These scissors suck. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that. Those are the tonic scissors. They're supposed to be the bestest. Okay. Yes, this is messy. Crafting is messy. All right. So that's one. That's his head. It's his head. Okay. Then this one's going to be the body. And this one is going to be, the bottom. I don't know. It's a snowman, so it's kind of all the body, isn't it? Okay. What a mess. I'm a very messy girl today. Yay! Jennifer coming home. I mean, not that she's just doing baby stuff, so I'm okay with that. But get to a woman. Okay. Now, I'm gonna pull some yarn off here because we need to make this one. When I'm done here, this is going to be a huge mess all over my desk, so. Why did I pick chenille? Because it's soft and floofy. But I have to be honest with you, the best pom-poms actually come out of the standard old-fashioned American red tuck, standard yarn. It's thicker, it's denser, it's more rigid. Actually works better for these types of things, but or okay. Let me do it again. One more down and back. Okay, that was on the floor now. I didn't catch it that time. Back up here where you belong. Looks like we're probably going to get one of these, one snowman out of each, one pom-pom snowman out of each one of these spools of yarn. Hi, Miss Maury! Oh. Is everybody coming to your house, or are you going to their house? What are you doing? What is your plan for the day? I am planning on wearing myself out. Trying to get this off of here. Without giving myself the world's largest paper cut. You're going to your eldest's? This is a workout, guys. There we go. Okay. It's moving. Yeah, like I said, I have those other pom-pom looms. I've never really figured them out, to be honest. This is how I learned to do it when I was a kid, you know, so it's the way I do it. Of course, back then my hands were stronger. Santa beard. Okay. I have lost the end. No, that's it right there. There it is. Okay. Whew, I thought I lost it. Tying. That was scary. I lost the end. Cutting 900,000 loops now. Okay, now I'm going to make Pom-Pom mess. Carla! Okay, Pom-Pom mess. Okay. Gotta even these out. Giving our Pom-Pom a little haircut. Shake it up. Head, middle. You guys will see. Big old mess. I'm just literally covered in this stuff, guys. Okay. I'm going to go outside and Huber's going to be like, what did you do? Lamb jello salad! Yeah! Huber. I don't know how he is. So today is like the day, you know, he doesn't really do anything at work on Thanksgiving. They just pay him an obnoxious amount of money to be there. And they always ask him throughout the day, as you know, they'll go, hey, you want to take the rest of the day off? Do you want the rest of the day off? We'll give it to you with pay, even if he doesn't have any PTO. They're like, we'll give it to you. Can't eat the whole pie, yeah. I love me a good key lime pie. It's very Southern. Okay. One more. So yesterday, oh, Carla, I think I'm in love with you. Okay, I'll tell you the apple pie story. So one year, normally I would do Thanksgiving in my house, always. And one year, my sister-in-law decided that she was going to do it at her house. Now, they were still renting at the time. They hadn't bought their house. They were still renting. And they had a nice little house. Somebody had taken a 2-car garage, added on a little bit of an addition to it, and turned it into a little 2-bedroom place. And so there was a 3-bedroom house in the front and a 2-bedroom house in the back. The house in the back had a pool. The house in the front did not have access to the pool. They could have if they were nice people. My brother would have let them go in there, no problem. But they were jackasses. So, the lease said it was his. He kept him out of it. Well, my sister-in-law decided that she wanted to do Thanksgiving one year. So I called her and I said, what can I bring? And she says, nothing. Don't bring anything. And I said, okay. She's like, I just don't think it would be fair for you to bring anything, because it's you and John and the kids. And my sister and all of her kids are going to be here, and my other sister and all of her kids and their husbands. And so it's just not fair if you bring anything. So just don't bring anything. I said, okay. Well, I wasn't going to go empty-handed. So I showed up with a sweet potato pie or something, something that she wouldn't normally think of. Like she made pumpkin pie and apple pie and, the basics. And smashed potatoes, turkey, ham, green bean salad, just, all the gambit of all the normal stuff. And so we went up to her house, and my mom brought a bottle of wine or something, 2 bottles of wine. I don't know, something like that. My mom was very big on taking wine to people's houses. Like that was her thing. If she was going to your house, she was going to bring a bottle of wine. And especially if she was coming for a meal, because she was going to bring wine that would pair well with the meal. My mom liked wine. She was a little hoity about that. Like she really didn't know a lot. She went to Napa and took a wine class one year. But, she was the connoisseur in the family. And I'll give her this. She had some pretty decent taste. I remember we went to, hold on, that's a different story. I don't want to get run off here. Was the Rotel dip? Yeah. So we get up there, and what a fiasco. One of her sister's husbands took his shoes off halfway through dinner, and his feet reeked. So about halfway through the dinner, whatever was not appealing was so much less appealing after he took off his shoes. That smelled like he'd been wearing them for 20 years straight. It was horrible. And yeah. So she cooked the turkey in one of those roasting bags. You know the ones. Those Reynolds Wrap roasting bags. Yeah. So when the turkey came out of the oven, it literally fell apart. There was no bringing the turkey to the table, look what I did. It was pouring it out of a bag onto a plate, bringing it to the table and going, look, it's turkey mush. And then everybody at the table trying to identify what was light meat and what was dark meat, and what was breast and what was thigh. And yeah. She's not a bad cook. It's just this particular holiday, like she had never done the family holiday before, so it all just kind of got away from her. And, well, yes, but if you cook in one of those bags, you have to reduce the cooking time because it turns it into like a convective oven. And so it cooks much faster. She didn't know that. And so, she had the turkey in there for like 4 hours, like you're supposed to, 3-4 hours. And so when it came out, it was pretty much mush. Her sister helped with the side dishes, and she made the potatoes. And she had never made potatoes from scratch before, from potatoes. She was a store-bought girl, and none of this is really their mom never taught them to cook, kind of thing, And here's my sister-in-law, sweetheart that she is, and she's got an executive chef coming to her house for dinner, who she's told to not bring a damn thing. All right, making the mess. I'm going to do this out the door. Hold on. Because this is horrible. Okay. All right. Well, her sister didn't wash the potatoes before she put them in the pot and boiled them. So the potatoes came out gray. There was green stench in the air. You guys get the idea, right? You get the picture. It was just bad all the way around. And just before Thanksgiving, the day before, my sister-in-law had made the pies. She made the pies. She didn't buy them. She made them. I did not have high expectations. Oh, yeah, I have a new chair. It's gray. It has a footrest. When I lost my screw the other night, totally killed my chair. All right, let me get the little shit out here. So I didn't have very high expectations. And she said, would you like some pie? Well, she said, do you want some pumpkin pie? And I said, I don't eat pumpkin, but thank you. And she goes, oh, well, I have an apple pie. My mom told her I didn't eat pumpkin pie. My brother told her I didn't eat pumpkin pie. I know they did. So she had made an apple pie. To this day, best freaking apple pie I've ever eaten in my life. Ever. Mike has been trying to make me this pie. He has tried every pumpkin pie recipe he can find. And he was sitting there the other day, and he's like, some of them are like, add cinnamon. Others are like, add cinnamon and nutmeg. And he's going, some of them say add some brown sugar. Some of them say don't ever use brown sugar. So here we are. This is like 20 years later. And he still has not figured out the pie. And my brother and I are not very close. So it's not like we can just call him, call her up and go, hey, what was the... Because to be honest with you, Mike is terrified that if he calls her up and goes, hi, this is Mike, your brother-in-law. She says she had a pie at your house for Thanksgiving like 20 years ago. It was the best thing she'd ever eaten. I cannot replicate it. Do you have the recipe? And he is terrified that he's going to find out that she's going to go, well, to be honest with you, I bought it. He's terrified that that's like going to be the answer, or she'll be like, nope, can't tell you. I cannot tell you. Sorry, but no. All right. So now you're going to stack your pom-poms. Not too tight. Because if you smush them, it doesn't really look like a snowman anymore. I didn't even know that I could put this sideways so you guys can see this. Okay. So if you put your pom-poms down and you smush them, it looks like this. More like a Christmas tree than, to be honest with you, the smaller you cut these, the tighter they get. But to be honest, chenille was not the best choice of yarn for this. Just not the best choice. And I don't have any, and I thought I did, so. But what you want to do is you want to go in here where your knot is, and you want to thread a pipe cleaner through there. And then you want to thread the next one onto that pipe cleaner so that it sits on top. And then you want to thread the last one through the top pipe cleaner so that sits on the top. And you end up with a snowman. But I don't have a pipe cleaner. I did, but I don't know where they went. I suppose I could use a piece of floral wire. I might have some of that. Probably not. But, you can cut these as round as you want. And like if I cut all this off, this would be much rounder. And it would be much thicker, much poofier. Because it would be more like a ball. And then you could do the next one on top of it. I like pom-poms. They're fun. Okay. So then that one would go there. And you really have to have the wire in there to hold it all up. Ta-da! Oh, that sounds good. Somehow this one's lopsided. The little head one. It's like lopsided. It's really short on one side and not so short on the other. And there we go. Snowman! Oh! All right, you guys get the idea. I don't have my floral ribbon. If I had my ribbon, I could do it. My wire, I could do it. If I had my pipe cleaners or something, but I can't because I don't have them. I went out and looked today. Okay. Hold on. All right. So okay, chair. So yeah. All right. So here's the story on the chair. I got the chair. Literally. I'm going to try and find the wire for this later, and so when I come on later this afternoon, I can show you guys what this looks like when it's all put together. I'll try and find the pipe cleaners. I think they're in the cabinet out there in the garage. I just can't get to the cabinet at the moment because I have something else sitting in front of it for Christmas. So I'm going to get that out of the way, and then I'll go look. Hi, Betty Ann. Love you, honey. Okay, so the chair. Here's the story on the chair. So the other day, my chair broke. We all know this. Well, Mike was using my old chair, like 2 chairs ago, and the piston was dead on it, so it sits way down at the bottom. He had like 3 pillows on it because it has no cushion in the butt, and that was the chair he was using for work. So he was sitting in that thing like 8-9 hours a day, and I wanted to get him a new chair, and he didn't want a new chair. So my chair got broken. So I was like, I'm going to buy a chair. So I got a chair. And normally I would just return my chair if I didn't like it. But I decided that I didn't like it. So I was like, what am I going to do? And it hit me. Give him this chair. Tell him you can't send it back. Give him this chair and then buy another chair. Which he said, I had about $200 to buy a chair. And I spent like less than $100 on that one. So I still had a little bit more than $100 to spend on a real chair. So I gave him the one that I didn't like and I didn't like it. I didn't want it. I wanted him to get a chair. So I gave him that chair, and then I bought the chair that I want. And my chair has a footrest that slides out from underneath the chair. And it reclines back completely, and I could put my legs up on my footrest and relax. And it holds up to 450 pounds, so I can really kind of chill and relax on my chair. It also gives me a footrest that Harry can sit on, so he's not driving me crazy. But I can be comfortable sitting here. I spend a lot of hours in front of my computer, guys. Between lives, filming videos, editing videos, researching content, I spend a lot of time at my desk and, doing, and that's just the YouTube stuff. That doesn't include all the Etsy stuff and, wow. All the other stuff that I do. So yes, I got this one. It came in black, gray, pink, or purple. And I got this like bluey gray color. It's kind of a steel gray. Steel blue. That's what it is. Steel blue. Thing. It's a thing. I got that. So that, I was comfortable. Yeah, I'm going to really trim these up too, because they're not very even. Missed a loop right there. Maybe why it's not so even. Because it's got loops in it still. Okay. Yeah, so we both got a new chair. So he has a nice, plain, basic, Amazon Basics, black office chair. Works for him. And I got this steel gray with literally the back of this chair practically lays down. And then you put the footrest out. You could pretty much take a nap in this chair. Harry went over. As soon as I set the chair and I was done, I went outside to have a cigarette and I came back in the house. And Harry looked at me because I wouldn't let him go outside. And he walked over and he stretched up and he put his front paws on the chair. And I reached down and I cracked his ass. And he went, ah, you spanked me. I got this very indignant look at him. It was funny. But he has not yet scratched this chair. Because if I showed you guys the settee that I bought to rebuild, oh my God. I bought the settee. There was really nothing wrong with it other than the cushion in the middle was like worn out. And I wanted to, I want to reupholster it and refinish it to put it in my bedroom at the foot of my bed. Yeah. So we didn't really care. Well, he's torn the crap out of it. Okay. So this is going to be our project we're going to dupe. And I don't know. I want to do it all in one sitting and not break it up into several videos. So we're probably going to do this tomorrow. We'll start in the morning doing our prep work because there's some prep work that we need to do. Because, oh, sorry. I'm getting used to the new chair. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. So we have this. We're going to use this to make that. Okay. I have some fairy lights. Which we're not going to use because these are multicolor and I didn't notice that when I bought them. So we'll use the other ones. I have some regular ones. But we have these and I have fairy lights and get out of the way. Doogie. I do have some floral tape that I picked up from Michael's. That was probably the most expensive thing I bought because this is like brown and I had green, but not brown. You can do it with green and paint over it. Entirely up to you. What else? What else are we going to need for this one? Inside. Okay. And then you're going to want a wire cutter because you're going to cut these. And I'm going to cut this board in half because it doesn't need to be this big. And then I'm going to drill some holes in it. Just some small holes. You don't have to do any of that. You could just, but if you have a scrap piece of wood that you can use as a base, because this has got a wooden base. See right here, wood base. And then we have these little trees that go on it. We're going to do 4 because that's all the flowers they had was 4. So we're going to do 4 trees. We are going to use probably like some, what are they called? Changa blocks. I think it's Changa, the one where you pull the wood out. Anyway, we're going to use those to probably put some feet under here, which will allow us to tuck the lighting control underneath it. And then we're going to stain this with a faux stain. It's acrylic paint, watered down, works good. So I'm going to get this cut in half. And then Oh, by the way, let's talk about that for a second real quick, because everybody does this and they always go, it's the wrong size. They're not equal. No, they're not going to be equal. Okay, let me explain it. So here's our board. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 inches wide. Okay, so I would do 2 3/4. Let's do that real quick. Hi, Harry. So 2 3/4 is right there. I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to put a mark on it. That's my cut line. It's 2 3/4 on this side, 2 3/4 on this side. But here's the thing. If I want this to be even, I need to go straight down the line. If I need it to be 2 3/4, I need it to go to the outside of the line. Don't cut on the line. Why? Because when you cut on the line, the saw, you're going to lose the width of the saw. So let's say that this block is the width of the saw. When you put that on there, that's what you're going to lose on that side. So cut straight down the middle and you'll end up with 2 even pieces. Or if you need the 2 3/4, then, go on the outside of it. Sorry. Hi, Jimmy. Happy Thanksgiving, honey. So I'm going to take this out and have Hubbard cut this side off for me because it's damaged right here. And this was the only piece they had. So I'm going to have him cut it off. He's going to cut on that side of the line. And I'm going to have my piece, and I'm going to actually cut it down, I think, a little bit because I don't want it to be quite so long. So I'm going to have him take, I don't know, like, what is this? This is like, it's 11 inches. So I think I'm going to have him take like 1.5 inches off. So let's put that on there. Helps if you can see the grid. So I'm going to have him take that off. Crap. That's why they do that, so that they know this is the part that they want. So we're going to be duping this. This is from the Olive and Cocoa Good Tidings 2025 catalog. This woman here looks like death. Like she's a vampire. Look at that. Wow. Okay. The Scotty dog's cute though. But I found this. It's actually in here in a couple of places, and it's like a different variety of it. There's this one, which is like a birch. It's a birch. It says, a grove of winter trees glimmering with a warm glow atop a mantle or used to display a collection of your favorite ornaments. 5 spindly, flexy wire trees on a rectangular base features a abundance of tiny white LED lights that illuminate when plugged in. Plus you have to plug this in, right? It is 19 by 4 by 28 inches. So it's 28 inches tall. It's 4 inches wide. It's 19 inches long. $198. Oh, but you get 10% off. This I might dupe. I'm not entirely sure, but I've been thinking about it. This is a wire frame just covered in lights and hung up. And this little sucker right here is $138. Oh, honey. Well, we're here. I'm going to be here periodically throughout the entire day. I saw this. Now we can't make this as big as this, but we're gonna come close. We're gonna do this with clothespins. So we're gonna be doing that dupe. So we're gonna do a bunch of stuff today and tomorrow, where we're gonna do a bunch of dupes and stuff. This is definitely tomorrow. So get your stuff out for this, guys. Because this is going to be kind of one of those, we're going to take a while to do it. We're going to prep in the morning tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening we'll put the whole thing together. So I'm telling you, she's a vampire. We're not going to talk about these cookies because it's all like stuff they order from cheap places that do bulk. And then, you know, although I might want to try that cinnamon whiskey pecans. Hopper might like that. All right. And how much do they want for their bag? Let's see. Oh, no, it's E. Hunter and Cognac leather tote, $214. Jesus. Yeah, so I got this catalog, and I was like, that would be cool. We could do a bunch of that stuff. So we're going to do a bunch of this stuff. Easy. We're going to do, there's like 3 or 4 projects in here that we're going to do. And we're doing them for a fraction of the cost. Because this one right here, which is the one we're doing, because we're going to be doing this. If you don't have tape, that's fine. You can paint this. All right. So I'm just using the tape to kind of bulk the stem up a little bit and make it look less like a crappy flower stem. But we're going to be making this one. And this one is $188. Yeah. So we're going to be doing that. Tomorrow morning, in our regular morning live, we're going to start prepping these. Hey, we're going to start prepping these. And I'll have this cut by then. And then we're going to make this sucker. Okay. So basically, you need some flower stems, a piece of wood. What else? You need some brown paint. You need some hot glue. A base to put it in. Now, if you don't have a wood base, get out some foam. Good Lord. Just a piece of foam. Cut down a piece of foam, paint it. Don't spray paint it. You have to brush that paint. Because if you spray paint it, the aerosol, the chemical that makes the paint come out of the aerosol can, melts the styrofoam. So just paint it. And you can use that. And then you don't need hot glue or anything. You just stick them in there. So, and you can poke a hole and run your cord and the whole 9 yards. It's just easier with foam. But we're going to do it with wood. Blah, blah, blah. Yesterday, by the way, I mentioned a paint stick thing. It's a Snowman family kind of thing. And it was a dupe from last year's Hobby Snobby. And Arlene reached out and said that she couldn't find the video. And if Arlene can't find it, nobody else could. So I found it and sent it, the link to Arlene, not thinking, and she posted it in the group. So there is a link in the Facebook group for that. And I'm telling you, I will be here throughout the day. I mean, you guys don't want to like listen to me put the turkey in the oven because I may have a few choice words.
Yeah, but Mike, you should have taken it out 2 days ago. Now it's still frozen.
So y'all know I'm here.
All right, puppy. Watch out.
So I'm going to be on periodically throughout the day. Unfortunately, I just can't let it just run. You know what I mean? So, because that would be silly. I am going to go on later this afternoon. Well, I guess it would be this afternoon. It's 11:30 already. So, I'm going to put the bird in the oven. Take me about an hour and a half to do that. And then I'm going to come back live. When I come back live, I'm going to come back live on StreamYard. And that way, if you have a camera or you have a phone or you know how to get onto StreamYard and you want to come on and pop on for a little bit and hang out, you can do that. Because this, it's a holiday. It's not about my channel today. It's about being here with, people like Patty Ann, who's, she woke up sick this morning. She doesn't want to make her grandbaby sick. But she doesn't want to spend the holiday alone. Well, that's what we're here for. Gypsy's another one. She doesn't really have any family close by. So she's going to be alone for the holiday too. Carla doesn't have any family close by. So she's going to be with us today. So we're going to be in and out all day playing and having fun. Right? See, Patty Ann, you know better. You know better. Woman, when are you going to learn? You know better than that crap. How many times has the doctor told you not to overexert yourself? You have a back like mine that can break like that. So why are you picking stuff up? Why? Shame, bad girl. Bad. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. I get to yell at you, though, because I have the same back. And I love you.
Same reason you do things. She's stubborn.
Michael, I'm going to beat you with a slipper if you do that to me again. He's always trying to get me in trouble. I know your house got flooded, honey, and I know you had to clean it up. But aren't there any, young teenagers in your neighborhood, 12, 13-year-olds that you could pay, $20, $30 to come over and help you move some stuff? Ladies at the church? Anything?
That are offering up their grandchildren? No.
That'll offer up their grandkids? Because if I lived close to you and that had happened to your house, my grandkids would be there in a heartbeat.
The whole family would be over.
My whole family would show up. I'd put in one phone call. I'd call my daughter, honey, we need to go move some stuff. What happened? Friend of mine, her house flooded. She's, my age, got to get the shit picked up so that, it doesn't mold. She'd be like, oh, when? Tomorrow would be good. Okay. She would show up with 4 cars, 20 people.
And we've done that before. Remember Bryce when his house got flooded?
Yeah, we've done it before.
It's a thing. It'll happen.
We had a friend whose their whole neighborhood got flooded. I told you guys about the dog. And they thought they lost everything. And we went over there and we must have picked up 40 bags of soft goods, blankets, pillows, clothing, shoes, all of that kind of soft stuff. We brought it over to my house, stacked it up against the side of my porch, and bag by bag by bag, I went through it. And if it could be washed, it was washed. And if it couldn't be washed, it was laid out in the sun to dry so that at least they knew what they had lost. Well, thank you so much, Otter. But then I returned everything, and I joked. I was like, he was a good friend of mine. I was like, dude, how many pairs of swim trunks do you need? He had 50 of them. But in fairness, his family lived on the river, down by the river, yeah. His mom and dad and stuff. So he was always down at the river. So that's all he wore when he was down there was swim trunks. But yeah, we had we did all that. And then we had one day where there were a bunch of people over that were knocking out the walls and everything, trying to help get because you have to go 18 inches above the water line in order to avoid mold. So they had to take all that out, put all new drywall in and replace any studs that needed to be replaced and this, that, and the other. And Mike went and took our barbecue, put it in the back of the van, and went over there and cooked chicken and barbecue chicken and ribs. And I made huge bowls of potato salad and macaroni salad and sent that over. And he did. And this is when my mom was dying, but that's just the way you do it. That's because see, Patty Ann, I was raised in Jersey. I know that's how you do, when somebody needs you do.
Community.
Yeah. Yeah, I would reach out to your church, See if there's anybody in the local church that can help. They might have a crew that they can send over, you know. But I mean, that's what you do, you know. And you live in the heart of that stuff. There should be people. Well, you know what? The other thing too is you have to tell people. You have to tell people. Maybe your neighbors don't know what happened. Maybe if they knew, they'd come over and help. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's how it is in Texas. Yeah.
All the priests rallied the troops.
Patty Ann, it is not your fault. You were grieving. And people know that. They understand that. Trust me. And so if you make those calls, they shall come. Your neighbors suck. All right. So we're going to be doing this dupe tomorrow. Today, we're going to do some other dupes. I don't know what we're going to do. Let's do the clothespin thing. Maybe we'll do the clothespin thing next. I have, let's see, where is that little sucker? It's in here. I saw it. This one. I have some wooden clothespins. And I have a cutting die that does wings. So we're going to do this. Maybe not exactly, but we're going to do this. This will be our next dupe. We're going to do it this afternoon in about an hour. I know. We all hate asking for help. I know that. I'm probably the most guilty of it. But watch this. Honey, can you cut this board for me? Sorry. I left the back of the chair reclined. He'll be like, no, it's your damn saw. Get your ass out there and do your stuff. Oh my God. Well, I'm not going to yell at you anymore. Now I feel like a schmuck. But I love you. Know that. I love you. Janie loves you. Mari loves you. Carla loves you. Arlene loves you. Jennifer loves you. Everybody loves you. A lot of people love you. You're a very loved person. Which means we're either crazy or you're worth it. Now, I know I'm a little bit cuckoo, but I don't think... Like, I know Janie. Janie's not cuckoo. I know her in the real world. She's not cuckoo. She's very practical. She'd be a little ditzy sometimes. That's okay. Because it works with my cuckoo. Yeah, see? Carla's disturbing. But you know, she's loving. And look at Harry loves you. Hi, Harry. You say hi to Patty Ann today. You're going to say hi to Patty Ann today. No? Yes, you can say hi. Nobody wants to see that. We know. That's how you say I love you, but that's no. I keep telling my husband, when we move, it's got to be central so that I can get anywhere I need to be in like 12 hours. See? Howie! You gonna have turkey today, fat boy? He's like, yeah. Me and the dogs, we get to eat first. I get the turkey neck. Mommy makes the neck just for me. She puts it in the pan and she cooks it. Then she gives it to me. Huh? Yes, you get the turkey neck, don't you? Yes, and you also get the liver. Yes, and the giblets. Yes. He's so spoiled. All right, guys. So I'm going to run because I got to get a cigarette and I got to get my bird in the oven. When I get my bird in the oven, I will come back live and we'll hang out. We're going to do the clothespin angel. We'll start with that. And well, who knows what else we'll do today? We'll do some weird stuff. Maybe we'll see if I can make a whole journal in like 2 hours. We'll see. But I am going to come back on StreamYard. So if you want to pop in and say hi to all your friends, you can do that today. I don't care. Just pop in and go, hi, see ya, and get off. I don't care. Or you could stay. It's up to you. All right. So I love you guys, and I will see you in about an hour and a half, which is, let's see, it's like 11:45. So we'll say 12. So about 1:30-ish. I'll meet you guys right back here. So don't kill anybody in the family before then. Remember, paperwork. You don't want to do paperwork. And if you're by yourself and you're looking for something to do, that video, I posted the link to it in the Facebook group. Let me see. Here it is right here. Let me click on this thing and I'll get the link for y'all. Holy crap, there we go. You go away. I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna put this one up. So 142, 242, 342 your time. Give or take 3:30. All right, so I'm gonna paste this in here. So this is that Snow family. That snowman family thing that I did out of the paint stirrer sticks that I mentioned yesterday, and nobody could find it. So that's the video. So if you want to go over and watch that, it's kind of cool. I don't know, it's like 30-40 minute video, but it's really cute. And it comes out so fun. So fun. Yeah, so I'm going to be back at, we'll say, an hour and a half from now. So about 1:15, 1:30 my time. So let's say 2:30, 3:30, and 4:30 across the country. So, yeah. So it's those paint stirring sticks that they give you when you buy a gallon of paint at Home Depot. It's those, and I made them into like a little snowman family. It's a dupe from Hobby Lobby. They had it last year. It was like $25, $26, and $25.99 or something like that. It's like $26. And I went, no. And so I went to Home Depot. I got the paint stirrer sticks for free. I had a scrap of wood and everything else I pretty much had. And I think I bought a couple of like floral picks from the Dollar Tree to dress it up. But you'll see, it looks awesome. So there's that. Hi, baby. I'm going to see if I can find the pipe cleaners so we can get our snowman put together, because I can't find the pipe cleaners, but I'll find them. But that's it, guys. I love you, and I will see you all soon, I promise. And I'll do that on StreamYard so we can all hang out if you want to come in and hang out with me, okay? We're just going to figure out some projects to do for the full day. And apparently I'm going to love on the cat. Hi. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.